Hi everyone, it's Liz Hardie here from GO1. Welcome to our product team wrap up for the end of 2018. When we do our next monthly product webinar, we'll be in a whole nother year, so exciting times. I'm going to give us about another minute before we get started. It's going to be quite a short webinar today, but that just allows everybody to get on with what I know is a busy time of year. So yeah, we might just wait another 30 seconds or so and then we'll jump in. As I mentioned, welcome to our monthly product webinar. It's the last one for 2018. It's going to be a relatively short webinar today. What we're looking to cover off, we're going to talk to you about some of our new content providers available on GO1 Premium. We're going to talk about emails and search, training assist, and we're going to provide you a little bit of insight into what's happening in 2019. So I'm going to be jumping today between this presentation pack and my screen. Excuse the small lags. We've actually had a really exciting year this year in terms of bringing on new content partners as part of our GO1 content offering. In the last couple of months, we've got Biz Library, the Australian Red Cross, UL Pure Safety, Marcom, Learn Now Online, CGOS, Skills Hub, GRC Solutions, and Aged Care Learning Solutions. You can find out on a regular basis about what new premium content providers are available on our GO1 blog using the tag partner. You'll also be notified in your weekly GO1 newsletter. Starting in the new year, we're actually going to be issuing in-app notifications for administrators of new content providers. If you have any questions about those content providers, please contact your CSM. I'm going to cover off really shortly one of the things that you will need to do if you want to maximize your usage of new content partners. But in the meantime, let's find out a little bit more about some of our big ticket items. In terms of our new content spotlight, Biz Library has been a significant inclusion in the platform. Some of the highlights: it's global content, but it's not available to our US customers at this point in time. There are over 700 new learning items in Premium, predominantly video-based, and that ranges from small bite-sized pieces up to 30-minute plus learning items. That's going to be really useful for a lot of you guys when content reuse comes into production over the next few weeks. And certainly we're expecting EAP on that to roll out in the next week and a half. Some of the great content that they have is around sales and service training, IT skills, business skills, finance and leadership. So we're really, really excited to be partnering with them. And we're really looking forward to seeing getting some feedback on you guys and seeing everyone actually start to use that content. Two of the other content providers, especially in our workplace health and safety space, and in the US only, are Marcom and UL Pure Safety. These guys focus on workplace safety, accidents and injury, forklifts, trucks, etc. So they're very much focused on helping our US customers achieve their compliance requirements. What I might just do, one of the challenges, and we know, for example, that a lot of you are using the portal content selection. We are adding in most months about 1,000 new items into our GO1 Premium offering. So if you're subscribed to GO1 Premium and you're using portal content selection, one of the reasons why we're looking to have in-app notifications is to prompt you to go in and review some of these new content providers and add them to your portal content selection. So you'll remember a few months ago that we released portal content selection, which allowed you to curate your content. As I mentioned, we know quite a few of you are using that. if you are using portal content selection and you actually want to add in some of these new providers, you should go into your portal content selection, select the new provider, and you can select the courses that you then want to add to your collection and make available to your customers, to your staff, sorry. So again, one of the prompters here is if you are using portal content selection, you will need to probably put an admin task in each month just to go in and check the new content providers, just to make sure you're getting the most out of your subscription. If you're not using portal content selection, then, and you are subscribed to Premium, then this content will appear on your portal automatically once it's released to production. So moving on from there, one of the next things we want to talk about is we're in the process of trialing a monthly product digest. So this will be issuing to product administrators at the end of each month, and it's a really nice way to gain a snapshot of the activity on your portal. It can also act as a prompt to undertake a number of different actions that we'll show you shortly, which highlights some of the new features that we've released. So the snapshot will go based on your portal to the admins on that portal. You'll see the number of active enrollments, the number of completed enrollments, and the number of active users that month. So it's a pretty exciting piece of insight. The other thing it will show you is if you have employees with upcoming due dates. Now, that's a really interesting piece of information, because what we can then do is go and look at how we might be able to use the information outlined here in some of our bulk action features. Oh, sorry. So, for example, you could use the overdue enrollments to go and search. So we noticed Jim had an overdue enrollment. Jim? Is it Jim? John, Jim, lots of J names. John Smith had an overdue enrollment. So we could go and search for John, and then we could send him, like we could actually then send him a notification. So we could say, learning due. Hey, John, I just noticed that you have learning due. You have learning due soon. You may want to log in. Complete that. So this feature here, the ability to send an email notification or a custom email notification, is actually a really useful one. And so some of those actions off that, like people with things coming due shortly, you can actually use this to achieve. So John will now have actually just gotten that message. So we're really excited about this. We are looking to increase our notifications and our email digest. We are considering ones around reminders for recommendations of new content to learners and for due items going to learners as well. We would love to hear any feedback that you might have on this. At the moment, it is going to a select testing group, but we're looking to have this released certainly for the December reporting period. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is some of the changes that we've seen in search and our learner recommendations. A couple of months ago, we did an experiment, an A/B experiment, to find out. I've got a question there that says, can you tag the list of overdue courses with that notification? Certainly, you could use that notification. Just to follow up on that one, I'll just go back to there. I could go to that notification. I could go view enrollments by status. I could filter that. No, I could go to, yeah. I could create a filter at the top of enrollments where they're overdue and use the bulk status, due date, submitted date. Where's my due date? Due date is in the last, 40 days, and it's overdue. I can create that filter, and I could select all of the people in that filter and send a notification to them. So yes, you can do that. You can use this send custom notification to tag a list, and you could save a filter for that if you wanted to use it regularly. So just back to the changes to search. So we have made some changes to search off the back of that. What we found is that people were actually finding better ways, were actually engaging better with the content when it was in the list view rather than in the grid view. The click-through rates were close on triple the engagement with search results. So that was one of the key things. The other things is we're looking to change some of the layout, and this coming soon, to put recommendations blocks on the search page, and also to have suggested and expand. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about how you can change that back to a grid view. It's on a case-by-case basis, and our learner recommendations. So with with this view, as we mentioned, it is the same data. The key difference is that it scrolls down. So what we found is people process information better in a top to bottom basis. You can, if you like the old grid view, change it back and view your results in that view at any given point in time, and you can toggle between them there. One of the other things that I wanted to show you is last webinar, we talked about the new dashboard. The fact that we've got continued learning at the top now is by default your next assigned learning next. And then we have this little bit of a recommendations area, which is things that are trending in your industry. So the feedback on the new dashboard in terms of surfacing the content that's assigned to employees or to customers has actually been very good, but this is not on by default. That's the important part. This is not turned on by default. To turn this on, what you need to do is, you need to go to your portal settings, configurations, and you need to turn on suggested courses for you. So if suggested courses for you is not turned on, you will not see that new dashboard. If you turn this on, it will actually put up the new trending in the industry and the whole new dashboard, which shows relevant continued learning and the next assigned. Now, trending in your industry, for this to be meaningful, what will happen when you turn on the dashboard is your staff, when they log in for the first time next, will see this. So by completing this profile, it will allow us to send content into this trending in your industry area based on what you select as topics or your job. Now, the content that gets surfaced in that recommendations area or in that trending in your industry area is only content available on your portal. So if, for example, you have a subsection, or if you've used portal content selection to create a subsection and you have your own content, it will be that types of things that are completed in here. Obviously, for it to be meaningful, it also you need more than one person inside your organization to complete it for it to be relevant. But it's a nice new step to help make the next content and help increase the engagement of your learners with other content available on your portal. So we're pretty excited about that one. Actually, there was one other little thing I wanted to talk to you about with search that I forgot about. So with search, part of the other changes that we've made to search is we've resolved some of the issues and feedback that we've had about events appearing in search. So what we now have when you drill through is courses are in courses, events are in our new events tab, and that groups by date, and it resolves the multiple events surfacing, etc. And learning resources and awards are all in separate areas. So this has cleaned up some of that search interface. So if you're using events a lot, especially with the new events functionality coming out, this new tab here has been very useful in actually just surfacing events and improving that event sign-up process. So next, Training Assist. Now, one of the things that we haven't talked a lot to people about, but is a new service that we offer to our customers, is Training Assist. So we recognize that training is not just about the online training. We do a lot, there's organizations do a lot of face-to-face training, and it is a time-consuming process to actually source training in areas, especially if you're geographically distributed, and then to book that, to do comparisons. So we actually offer a service called GO1 Training Assist, where you can contact us and we find training for you based on your needs. Obviously, we've got some first aid and white card training. We can do information technology training, business skills, customer service. All of this is on a face-to-face basis. With Training Assist, it is able to be done one-off, and there are courses that you available and providers, partners that we work with that aren't directly available for sign up via the marketplace. If you're interested, we can do one-offs, or alternatively, you can actually subscribe to a Training Assist program and get unlimited access to those services. If you are interested, contact your CSM or go to book on our website and go from there. What I want to just quickly show you is what would normally happen, and you guys may have noticed that there's been a little bit of scrolling commentary. So what would normally happen when you're interested in Training Assist is you would simply go to the button at the bottom and start a conversation with our customer support people. And they would ask you what you're looking to do, and then find out information. And what will happen is then there will be a quote that goes out and you can accept that. So to do that, they'll ask you for your company name, number of people you want to train, focused area, where you want to do the training. So this is a really nice, lightweight way for you to source training for your staff that's not online. So it helps round out that capability, and the learning records from that training will end up on the portal, which is the other benefit of it. So it means even your offline training, your face-to-face training, will end up on the portal associated with the learner's record, which is very exciting. So again, just on that, remember, follow up with your CSMs if you're interested in finding out more information, or you can give it a test drive directly on your portal. So coming early in 2019, there will be some minor changes to support coming through, which will actually make a number of things easier. And we're also going to be changing how we get product feedback from you. So look for those. In the next week, keep your eye out for an in-app notification for early access. For those of you on our early access programs, events will be going into early access, as will content reuse and some additional information about learning objects. Early next year, we will be releasing content insights, which will actually help you make the most of your premium offering by providing insights across the whole of our base about what other customers in your industry or in specific areas of interest are using from the premium offering. So that's actually a really exciting piece, again, which is designed to help you reduce the amount of overhead it is in identifying appropriate training for your staff. We also have improved group management, which we're very excited about as well, coming early in 2019. In the next couple of weeks, we've got some minor improvements coming out. You'll now be able to see course duration in hours or in minutes, which I know something is a lot of you have been looking for. So we're really excited about that one finally being resolved. And you'll also be able to see assessor information against learning item enrolments, which again, I know a lot of you have been looking for. The other exciting thing that the other thing that as a product team we're really excited about is we're going to be in the rest of December doing a lot of customer research to better understand your needs and the problems you're trying to solve by using GO1. So this is a buy-in. So we would love, if you're interested in being part of that customer research, if you could send us an email at product@go1.com. It's not anticipated that this will be a heavy overhead, but we do want a broad range of customers, small, large, different industries that we can talk to really get a better understanding of their needs. That's actually it from me today. So I'm just going to open the floor up to any questions about anything that you've seen today. Currently, we have no questions. If you're more comfortable sending a question to product@go1, please do. As I mentioned, we'd love for you to be involved in our customer research, and we look forward to hearing from you. Oh, I got a question in from Heidi. Yes, the events functionality that's coming up. Heidi, are you comfortable if so we are releasing new events functionality, which has changed the experience and also changed the flow for how we create events. On a previous webinar, I believe the October webinar, that you can find as a blog post on the website, there is a video which shows the whole demonstration of that feature. It is something we are very excited about, and it will actually resolve a lot of the issues that some of our customers have raised with events. So, for example, you can have multiple dates for a single event. You can have multiple events sitting in the right context inside a course. You can have locations against events and capture location information. So what we will do is when you get the link to this video, we will include on that, we'll update that page to include a link to the events video as well, if that's okay. As I mentioned earlier, guys, this is our last product webinar for 2018. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for being fantastic customers at GO1 and for being really proactive customer community and providing us with lots of feedback. And I'd like to wish you and all of yours a very Merry Christmas and may the holidays keep you safe. Thank you very much for your time today, and we look forward to talking to you again next year. Bye.